Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your bonus eclipse reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Sagittarius, what is this eclipse season bringing in for you? Now, March is a bit of a wild ride. We have a lot going on. We have the sun entering Aries, which kicks off the astrological New Year's. We have two planets, both Mercury and Venus, going retrograde. We have the spring equinox kicking off in the northern hemisphere, the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere, as well as the first eclipse season of 2025. So we're going to take a look at how this is affecting your energy. What is being illuminated? What truths are being revealed? And how is that impacting your life? All right, here, Sag. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This is destiny. There is a karmic cycle that is closing out for you. And I feel like there's a new energy ushering in. And that new energy has to do with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing energy. This could be you nurturing yourself and those that you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful. It's practical and wise advice. So you may be the one that is dishing out practical and wise advice, and you could also be calling in helpful resources, specifically a Queen of Pentacles, to help you on your journey. So this is beautiful. The wheel is a new beginning, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So let's dive in here and see what this change is all about. Now, Sagittarius, we have Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aquarius energy out here. So you may have these placements in your chart. You may be dealing with others who have these placements in their chart, or you are just embodying the overall vibe. But right away here, we have Libran energy reminding you that you are so very loved. It is important for you to focus on self-care this month. Now, Venus is in retrograde for the next 40 days, and Venus rules Libra. So I feel like you are reflecting on your relationships, your partnerships with family, with loved ones, with your friends, and also the most important relationship is the one that you have with yourself and your higher power. So I feel like there's a lot of love coming in for you in the month of March because you are recognizing it and feeling it within yourself. Now we have Capricorn energy saying it's time to leave the past behind. And again, we'll clarify what needs to be released and what is closing out for you. But I am getting, Sagittarius, that you've gone through a lot in your past here. And there is a time to take what you've learned, or this is a time to take what you've learned from your past experiences and now turn them into wisdom, because there's something here about you using the knowledge, using the lessons that you've learned, and you're completing it by taking those lessons and doing something with them. That may mean choosing to make different choices, to action up your behavior, or to, move in a direction that fully aligns with your purpose, with your destiny. And that's why we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in here for you. And Cancerian energy reminds you to let any of those fears dissolve. Let the fears of entering the unknown or entering the new beginning. And some of you may even have fears around a repeated cycle, because there have been delays. Perhaps some of you, something was, going around and around and around, and you weren't quite sure how to step out of that revolving door. And I feel like this is the time where you let those fears dissolve by facing them head on. Okay, this is about you pushing through those fears and asking, what is it that I've been running from, or what is the lesson that I've needed to repeat here? So it feels like you are facing them. And by doing so, this is really going to help you align towards your highest calling, your highest path. It's going to turn that wheel in a new direction for you. Bottom of the deck, you have reflect on your priorities. A lot of signs have been getting this. It makes perfect sense because retrograde season has us looking at all of the REs in our lives: reflection, reprioritizing, realigning, releasing. So any REs that you can think of, it is coming up here in the month of March. So you are reflecting on where you consume your time and your energy, or what consumes you. And I feel like you may be taking a step back. Some of you may even be disconnecting from social media, or you may be disengaging, your energy from some sort of drama or conflict that you've been a part of. And some of you, this isn't even your stuff to take on. And I feel like you're saying, wait a second, why was that a priority? I didn't even realize that I was spending the majority of my time focusing in this direction. And what is a priority for you now, I feel, is the Queen of Pentacles. This is about mature energy. You have grown, you have matured in ways that you can only do by going through certain experiences and situations that have allowed you to grow. This is very practical, very generous, very happy energy. And I love that you're reflecting, because you are shifting your priorities around to make sure that you open up to happiness, that you are making choices that draw in and bring in more vibrancy, more abundance into your world, because some of you were stuck in a little bit of a loop, a little bit of a spiral, a backspin, because you were fearing change, maybe even going through a karmic cycle. Okay, now let's dive in here. What is being illuminated? What truth is being revealed? The Star. Major Arcana, the Star, right off the bat. This may be one of the most healing months out of 2025 for you, Sag. The Star is a dream come true. This is about believing in yourself, the end of a difficult cycle. You're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because the Star comes after the Tower. So some truth around a wish, truth around a dream, a brighter future ahead is coming in. Now, the Star is also Aquarian energy. And remember, this Aquarian energy here, excuse me, says reflect on your priorities, and you are actually showing up right behind it. Sag, it says practice gratitude. So I feel like gratitude is at the top of your priority list. Being grateful for the people that you have in your life that support you. Being grateful for the food that nourishes your body. Being grateful for, the opportunity to educate yourself and empower the mind. It feels like you have so much to be grateful for this month. And the Star is also focusing on your health. So if there are any ongoing health issues that you've been neglecting or you haven't been paying attention to, this is coming up. Your body is letting you know here with this Star that there is the opportunity here to heal, that you can have a new outcome, that you don't have to live in that old, mental or physical or emotional state that you were in, because this is a turning point with the Wheel at the bottom of the deck. Some of you, excuse me, this is about a long-term dream or a long-standing dream that you've had, Sag, that never came to fruition, or it feels like the dream didn't happen in the way that you thought, but everything is hitting you now in a way where you understand why something veered off track, why it took so long for this dream to manifest, or why it took so long for you to go through the crumbling of the tower. And for some of you, that tower lasted for months. It may have lasted for years. The tower, for those of you that are not familiar with it in tarot, is, the awakening. It is the destruction of old paradigms, old habits, old patterns, old ways of being, old ways of doing things in order for the healing journey to fully begin. And that's where you're at here. So this is a big truth that is within you, and you're seeing it shining out because the stars shine in the darkness. So you're seeing this truth coming out of the darkness, and you're seeing that you're going to be okay, that you are healing, and that things are turning here in your favor with that wheel. All right, so what needs to be released? What outdated beliefs, habits, or patterns? You have the Hanged Man. So this is old limiting beliefs. It says there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. It's interesting because it almost looks like the top of a circus tent here. And for some of you, there's actually, look at that building. It looks like the tower at the very, bottom here. It feels like there's a tower illuminating. And some of you may have felt like you were, a circus character. You may have felt like my life is a joke, or, this situation is a joke. Like, is this really happening right now? This also is about illusions. And March is a month of a lot of illusions that are being illuminated, that are being shattered. Eclipse energies bring about almost not a joke per se, but it brings about things that are almost laughable. Okay. It almost feels like for some of you, you're able to look back at an experience and laugh at how insane something was, maybe something that you believed in, or an experience that you've gone through. It feels like you're able to shift that perspective now, and instead of feeling so very attached to some sort of maybe challenge or pain that you've endured, you're able to look back now from a higher perspective because he is above that circus tent. And you may be saying, not my monkeys, not my circus. Like, I have made friends with my fears. I have made friends with my shadows. And now that I'm able to see something, they're not as, I'm not stuck in that circus tent, kind of being a character here. I hope that makes sense for you, Sag. Now, the Hanged Man is about letting go. And that's what we are releasing. You're letting go of beliefs that have held you back, maybe one way of thinking, or it could be a belief of yours that kind of kept you small. It kept you playing things safe, or it kept you, feeling like you were stuck, because oftentimes we feel stuck in that circus, right? There's so much going on, and there's different acts that are playing, and some of them you're not even sure what to believe. You're not sure because everything is an illusion. It's like a jack in the box. You're not sure when something is going to pop up. But I feel like your perspective on life in itself is changing. And whatever you were hanging on to that was within that circus tent, whatever was kind of a joke, you're letting go of. All right, where are you being called to find balance, Sagittarius? What area is out of alignment and needs harmony? You have the Three of Pentacles. This is about you stepping into a group or teamwork environment. Three of Pentacles is teamwork, making the dream work. So you may be called to ask for help. You may be called to join a new network or a new group of individuals. This can be connecting to your soul tribe. It can be meeting new friends and exploring other energies. This is also a time to do what you love. It is a time of great personal growth. Specifically, for some of you, it's in your career or your artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. So if you have been going it alone, or if you had this belief or a mentality that you had to do something all by yourself, or you were the only one that could turn the wheel in some way, I feel like you're realizing that it takes a village. You're realizing that it's not just you, that you can come together, right? That teamwork can really make that dream work. And another thing I see for you is people that you may have despised, or you may have known them to be a very big challenge in your life. They have been some of the biggest catalysts for your growth. And you may be seeing certain individuals here from a new light, a new perspective. And you may be letting go of any preconceived notions that you had about certain individuals. It doesn't mean that you are connecting with them again. Some of you could be, because when the energy shifts within your own perspective, it can allow the energy to shift externally. But for others of you, I feel like there's gratitude. There's a sense of appreciation for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between. But now there are helpful people coming in here for you that are going to help you create balance in your world. Now, what karmic cycle is closing? We have the full lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo on the 14th. That is all about letting go. It's a time of cleansing, maybe even decluttering, going through your home, doing a little bit of spring cleaning or fall cleaning. But you have the Four of Pentacles showing up here, and it's in reverse, which means you may be letting go of scarcity, okay? Scarcity, like not having enough. This could be fears about, poverty, like a poverty conscious mindset. You may be letting go of feeling like you're going to be alone the rest of your life, or letting go of anything that causes you to withhold your affection in some way. This is also materialism, like debt. There's fears here of not having enough, or being kind of left out in the cold. Even though the left out in the cold is more of the Five of Pentacles energy, it stems from this mindset. And I feel like the lesson here is to open up to managing your resources or your stability, and protecting your boundaries, protecting your self-respect, but not building a wall where you can't kind of climb over the wall, or you can't get through that wall, but you're building a fence. You're building a fence that, you can see through, and you can open the gateway up to letting people come and go, where you have healthy boundaries, you have a sense of respect, and other people respect your space as well. So Four of Pentacles could also be letting go of debt. All right. Some of you were in some sort of financial debt, but this could even be a debt that you had to learn, part of karma that you had to learn. You had to pay something off here in some way, because it was a lesson that your soul needed to experience. And I feel like it is closing out big time with this Four of Pentacles. And now you're able to open up that gateway to show more affection to others, to show more love, and to focus on, your creative endeavors. It says here, when you give, you also receive. Some of you are very, very resistant on change. Some of you may have been very fearful of what change looks like, or how you can embrace some of the new financial changes that are going on within your workplace, within the economy, within the world. And I feel like you're not consuming your time and your energy with that which you do not have, or what is outside of your control. It says here extremes in how you save or spend money. Now, of course, this can be money, it can be financial, but it can also be about, where you spend your time and where you spend your energy. And for some of you, if you had a very, isolated mindset in some way, like I have to be the one that does it because everyone is incompetent, or, it feels like I don't have any support. That's changing here for you, Sag. And I feel like there are helpful, supportive people coming in with this Four of Pentacles. And we see that, right? We see that you are being called to find balance within that Three of Pentacles. And what's closing out is, the Four of holding or withholding in order to stay small in some way. That is not where you're going. So what new energy is coming in for you? You have the Four of Cups. This is an emotional turning point. Seeking out other possibilities, looking for the magic in life. And it also has to do with rebalancing your emotions. So for some of you, you are overcoming or working through a period of depression that you were in. And I see here, this is a turning point for you, where if you were stuck in maybe a depressive energy, or maybe you were hesitating, reaching out, or you may have been self-absorbed within your own pain or loss or, challenges that you were going through, now you've cleaned something up here. I feel like this star, this healing star that is being illuminated, could also mean that you are a shining light, a shining force for others. And instead of focusing on the past, I feel like you are seeking out other portals, other doorways, and you are seeing the magic all around you. You're seeing the magic here within you, because the Four of Cups is releasing emotional stagnation. Some of you were very frustrated with how life was going, maybe very bored, maybe very impatient, and even stubborn at times. But I feel like there is a new flow of inspiration coming in here for you. This is an energetic turn. For a lot of you, this wheel is shifting in your emotional center. And the Chariot is coming to mind here, because the Chariot, it's the emotional force or the emotional drive that moves the Chariot forward. And for some of you, Cancer season, June or July, will be significant for you. Now, this is also the Four of Cups, the fourth month. So that can be, lands us around that Cancer time. So for some of you, you're going to see a complete turn of events here. And I feel like this Eclipse gateway is the catalyst to really releasing something of the past and helping you realign with where you are truly wanting and meaning to go. And that may be why I'm getting the wheel as well, because the Cancer, Cancerian energy is that Chariot. And I feel like the Chariot is moving you forward here. The Wheel of Fortune is moving you forward. And then lastly, what guidance does the universe have for you? This is a final spirit message, Sag. You have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very successful, very stable, very accomplished, and very powerful. So this could be someone that you are calling into your life. This could be a characteristic of your own self, female or male. It does not matter. But you know what this is? It's beautiful because it is financial success, professional guidance and success, but it's also, a promising long life. This is longevity here. The King of Pentacles, it's taken him a long time to get to a point in his life where he feels satisfied. It's taken him a long time to work for his material wealth. He's been very focused maybe on his stability in some way. He's been focused on maybe emotionally shifting directions here when it comes to, resources. And it says your plans are working out very well. And that's what the universe wants you to know, is some sort of plans here are working out well for you. because you have accomplished a lot, both physically, financially, but also within, because that star is shining. You may even be paying attention to the stars or the moon cycles. This is about resources, and you have your resources are showing up in a spot. You see the open box here, the treasure of gold. It feels like there is a treasure that is opening up to you. And it's kind of hidden. It feels a little bit like shadowed out here, but he has access to it. So a lot of you, these resources, these treasures are showing up through people, through, yes, it could be finances, but it's also through health and through, wealth, and such an abundant, array of different possibilities for you. So it's not just one area of success. This is flowing out into multiple different areas. And that is your final message from Spirit, is that you have the ability to really be a reliable leader of some sort, or to bring in wealth and abundance into your world. Now, some of you are very well respected. You may be very disciplined here in some way, but I also feel like you're balancing out now your spiritual and your material world. There's a balancing act, and you are heading towards, manifesting more of what you want to see in the physical world now that you have been internalizing in a way. For some of you, it's been years. You've been really internalizing with that Hanged Man energy. And there's a better way now. And you may have paused. You may have needed to go through that pause in your life in order to reconvene energies. And I see you moving forward in the coming months, and you're definitely rising to the top, whatever that may mean for you. All right, Sag, you have here the quaking aspen. This is self-acceptance, expressiveness. This is you being a good listener and being open. Excuse me. Being opening to listening to understand, not listening to respond. Sagittarius, you are a very good listener, and I feel like that is being reciprocated. There are people who now want to listen to you. You empower others by being yourself. I love this. Next, you have Akasha, guarded, brave, independent, and strength. And we talked about that wall and the fence earlier. And some of you went through a period of your life where you were very guarded. You were very walled off to others, to help, to, receiving abundance in some way. And you're opening up. It says, uncage your emotions and set yourself free. That is exactly what I've been talking about here. So your emotions here, you may have kept down, or you've not been sure how to bring balance to your emotional sector. And I feel like you're allowing other people to help you in some way, and you may be helping others. And then lastly here, we have the sugar maple. This is about introspection, meditation, self-reflection, and also the signs. The signs and the synchronicities are showing up for you this month, Sag. Look within and align your mind, body, and spirit. So that is what I have for your bonus reading. If you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And if you haven't joined the Soul Saturday tribe, jump on board. It's where I show up face to face and deliver channeled messages and global predictions, as well as answer your questions. So I will link that playlist in the description box below, and I'll also add it to this video at the end here. So again, thank you, Sag, for being a part of this tribe. You are very welcome here, and I'm sending all of you lots of love.